Hey, it's Troyia Monay back to y'all with another video. Today's video is super exciting as always. Today's video marks the start of my Shopify series. I am so excited to bring you guys a week's worth of Shopify content. Every single day this week there will be a video related strictly to Shopify. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing how to set up your Shopify store for success. What are some of the different things in the background of your Shopify store that need to be set in place to make sure that your store is running smooth? I'm also going to be giving you guys a mini tour of the Shopify platform, a mini tour of the Shopify Dashboard as well, so you guys can grow yourself familiar with where some of the different tools and resources are located on Shopify. So without further ado, I'm going to stop rambling so we can get into the learning, the nitty-gritty of things, and I can show you guys what you need to do to make sure that your store is set up for success. So I'll see you guys in the video. All right. So let's go ahead and hop right on in. So as you guys can see here on my screen, this is the Shopify Dashboard. This is pretty much the central location of where everything that you need to access is located on your Shopify Dashboard. So if you guys are just now registering for an account with Shopify, of course your dashboard is going to look a little bit different if you are still on that free trial. But if you do have a plan and you are paying monthly for your plan, your Shopify dashboard should definitely look a lot like mine right here. So this is pretty much, like I said, the central area as to where everything is located that you need to go through and access. So on the left-hand side, this is going to be your menu options. You have a ton of different options and things that you can click on to make things a lot more easier for you to run your business. So you have an area dedicated to orders, products, all of your customers, analytics, marketing, your discounts, your apps, all of that great stuff. You can access all of that there. And then down below that is going to be your sales channels. So your sales channels are the different places where you plan on promoting or selling your products. So of course, you're going to be selling your products on your online store, aka your website, maybe some social media such as Instagram, maybe Facebook. You can sell products within the Shopify inbox if you are going to be doing any email marketing, Shopify Shops feature, Pinterest, different things like that. So those are all of your sales channels. And then towards the bottom is going to be settings. And this is where we're going to head into later once we talk about how to set up the back end of your Shopify account for success. So in the middle, you guys can see this is where I like to go through and call the information panel. So this is where you're going to go through and see what's going on within your store. So I love the fact that Shopify provides you with a ton of information pertaining to your business. They also include a lot of helpful information and resources that are going to help you with increasing sales, decreasing returns, help you with those conversion rates, and a bunch of other things as well. You guys are able to see your overall sales, your store sessions, how your store is running, all of that great stuff as well. So if your store is up and running, you should be able to see data on, returning customers, conversions, a bunch of other tips and tricks, basically customized specifically for you and your business. Shopify also includes several different features here that you can add to make things a lot smoother. If there's any new features that they have, they'll also announce it here in the middle and the center part of your dashboard in this information section. And then over on the right side is all of your sales data per channel. So like we talked about earlier, your sales channels are the different areas or different places perhaps that you plan on promoting and selling your products. So you can go through and look at your sales data per channel, or you can even look at all of your channels at one time. And then at the bottom is your activity. So if you guys have any employees or anything like that, you can go through and give your employees different Shopify accounts all under one umbrella. So you can track the different activities and things that they are doing within their accounts as well. So that's pretty much a short tour of the Shopify dashboard, the Shopify homepage. We are going to dive right on into settings, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up the back end of your Shopify account for success. So let's hop right on into that. All right, so this is what your settings should look like. So for the sake of this video, I did go through and create a generic or fake account to go through and show you guys the process of setting up the back end of your Shopify account. So this is just like a trial account, so I'm not sharing you guys any of my personal information. So the different areas we're going to go through and discuss is going to be general. We're going to go through payments, checkout. We're going to save shipping and delivery for our next video where I'm going to show you guys how to ship out your orders using Shopify. We're going to go through taxes, notifications, sales channels, billing, And then we're also going to go through legal as well, you guys. So these are definitely the most important areas that you want to go through and set up on the back end. Of course, a lot of these different areas are important as well, but these are definitely the most important areas that you really want to pay close attention to. So we're going to start off everything by starting off with general. So in the general section, you have categories for your store details, your store address, standards, formats, and then your store currency as well. So of course, on store details, you want to put your store name. You want to put down your store contact email address and then the sender email address. So the difference between both of this is your store contact email address is what Shopify is going to use to contact you if they need you for any additional information or anything like that. So this is what you're going to be using for your back and forth communication between you and Shopify. So your sender email is going to be the email that your customers are going to see. So if you guys have any customer service email addresses that you plan on using dedicated strictly to customer service, I would definitely go through and put that here right there, because that is the email that your customers are going to see when you are sending out their orders, when you are contacting them, if you're doing any type of email marketing. So you want to make sure that that is there as well. Under that, you have your store industry. Shopify does give you a ton of different industries that you can go through and select. Mine is clothing, so we are going to go through and select clothing. Under that, you have your store address. So you want to go through and put your store's name. You want to put your phone number. For the sake of this, I just went and put my P.O. box. So you guys don't have my address or anything like that. But this address is important. So you want to make sure that you put a P.O. box address, because this is the address that is going to show up on your customers' invoices. This is also the address that's going to show up on your customer shipping labels as well. So you don't want them to have your personal address. So make sure you guys go out and get a P.O. box. So that way you are, keeping your information private. Right here, you have standards and different formats. Time zone is extremely important. You want to make sure you put the particular time zone that you are in. So that way, if you guys are doing any scheduled posts, or if you're scheduling out your inventory to post at a particular time, it schedules out at the time that you want it to be, given your time zone as well. So you guys want to make sure that you go through and put that. You can have your default weight unit at pounds. And then you have some different things here as far as your unit systems as well there too. And then down here, you guys have your store currency, bunch of different options here based off of where you are located. So that is the first section, general. Really straightforward. We are going to dive right on into payments. So your payment section is extremely, extremely, extremely important, you guys. This is where you are going to process your payments. And this is all the information pertaining to the payments that you are going to process for your customers. So right here, you guys are going to be able to see the credit card rate, the transaction rate here within the payment providers tab. So you guys can see the different payments that Shopify allows you to go through and to access and to collect. So you guys can come over here to manage, and you can see the different rates. So if you are domestic, you are going to be paying Shopify 3.9% plus 30% of each sale. So you guys want to keep that in consideration as well when you are pricing your inventory, that Shopify is going to be collecting this. And then you have the rest of the world. So if you are online, you have these percentages plus 30 cents. If you are in person and you have a brick and mortar location, they aren't going to be taking that 30% or that 30 cent rather per transaction. Right here, you have the different cards that Shopify accepts. I like to just go through and accept everything. Granted, if I do get a customer who, has these different payment options and they don't, have those different things, I like to just make sure I'm offering as many payment methods as I can. So that way I'm able to cater to those customers. Right down here, you have Shop Pay. I highly recommend you guys to use this. This is a really, really great tool that Shopify has. It's just going to make the checkout process a lot faster for your customers if they are using Shop Pay. So definitely go through and make sure you guys are offering that. You have different wallets. So we all are maybe familiar with Apple Pay, Google Pay. Facebook Pay is coming really, really soon. I'm excited to hear more information about that. So just go through and check those, your country that you live in. And then this is really important. Right here, you want to make sure that you are figuring out what you want your earnings to say when Shopify deposits your payout. So your payout is basically the funds and the revenue that you've generated, all of your sales, and they're going to go through and call that a payout. So that payout is going to be deposited into your bank account. So what do you want that payout to say? I would really recommend if you guys do work with like an accountant to really figure out what this should say. So that way for tax purposes or anything like that, you can make sure that it's clear that this is your payout. You're rented there. I just put mine as Shopify, or you can even put Shopify payout. Or if you have, you know, a store name, I could go through and I could put, you know, wanted looks website payout or online payout or anything like that. Granted as to what I want to go through and have that say. As you guys can see, it's too long, so maybe I can just put wanted looks payout and have it like that. They also give you a bunch of different options as far as your payout schedule. So how often do you want to receive your payouts? Do you want to get paid every single business day? Do you want to get paid every week, every month, or anything like that? And then you can enable notifications to receive an email every single time that you receive a payout. I like to have mine every week. I just think every business day is just a little excessive and hard to keep track of. So maybe every week on like a Friday, you can go through and receive your payouts. Right here, this is extremely important. That's going to help you with preventing fraud and help you guys with preventing chargebacks. You guys want to make sure that you're reducing the risk of credit card fraud as much as you can. So I highly recommend you to have both of these checked. They're going to decline all the orders that has like a failed postal code verification. And then they're going to decline all the charges that have like a failed CVV verification as well. Those 3 numbers on the back of your card. So these are really important to go through and check both of these to make sure you're preventing any type of fraud on your accounts as well. And then right here, this is your customer's billing statement. So what do you want your customers to see on their banking statement when they go through an order with you? I highly recommend to also go through and put a phone number here as well. So that way your customer, if they do try to do any chargebacks or anything like that, there's a phone number that the bank can maybe use to contact you. So I recommend maybe your business name here, and then maybe right here going through and definitely adding in a phone number. Right here is test mode. So if you do want to just test out the system as far as payments are concerned, you can definitely go through and do that too on the back end. So that's it for Shopify payments. Let's head back over and talk about the rest of things. So I highly recommend you to also go through and make sure you have a PayPal business account. This is really going to help for those customers who like that express checkout experience. So definitely go through and sign up for a PayPal business account. So you guys can definitely go through and take advantage of that. There's also Amazon Pay. There's also third-party providers and alternate payment methods. So this is where you guys are going to add maybe Sizzle, Klarna, Afterpay. You guys are going to add that here to the payment methods there that you guys can go through and collect. You can also do manual payment methods. So if you want to do like a bank deposit, money order, or cash on delivery, this will definitely be good if you are going to be fulfilling orders in person. I would definitely go through and have that there. The payment capture, I recommend having it on automatic and not manual because you want to take those funds as soon as your customer pays. I don't recommend doing manual because this is going to allow you to capture the payment while you're fulfilling the order. So I'd rather just go through and get my funds as soon as my customer hits checkout, so that way they don't make any changes of their mind or anything like that. So I just go through and click mine on automatic. So that's pretty much everything there as far as payments. As you guys can see, pretty straightforward there. We're going to head into checkout. So this is everything pertaining to your customer's checkout experience. So you have customer accounts, you have your customer contact, you have form options, you have tipping, order processing, email marketing, and then your checkout language as well. So when it comes to your customer accounts, I would recommend going through and allowing them to, create an account within your business as an option. Some people like to require it. Some people like to disable it. I like to make it an option if they want to go through and to create a customer account, or they can also go through and check out as a guest. So I recommend that. When you are doing your customer contact, you can do one of two things. You can allow your customer to use their phone number or their email, or you can just allow them to use their email. I highly recommend using both because this is going to help you a ton with, SMS marketing as well. So they'll be able to get updates through text message, different things like that too. And they'll also get email updates as far as their orders are concerned there as well. So to receive shipping updates, customers can choose to add a phone number or receive, shipping updates right here. Or they can download the Shop app for their order status. I love giving my customers options. So if there are options that make sense, I'm definitely going to make sure I offer those as well. So form options. So this is a form that your customers are going to use when they are hitting that checkout button and they're processing their orders. So you can allow them to put last name only. I recommend first and last name just in case anything crazy happens. I can make sure that I know this person's full name. You can have company name here, kind of optional, not really required or hidden. This right here is extremely important, you guys. I remember when I was first starting out, I was trying to figure out why my customers were having a hard time adding their apartment address. Because usually when you do sign up for an account with Shopify, you know, just straight up, this is going to be hidden. But you want to make this an option because some people live in apartments, some people don't. So you don't want to make it required and you also don't want to make it hidden. So I'll just go through and add it as an option. So if they don't live in an apartment, they can just go through and leave that second address line blank. Right here is their shipping address phone number. I think when I go through and restart my boutique, I'm going to make sure that this is required. So that way if something does happen with their order, their shipping phone number or their phone number is located on their shipping label. So the mail carrier can definitely call them if there is any type of issue. Right here is tipping. I thought that this was pretty cool that Shopify added this feature. So your customers are allowed to tip you if you do turn on this feature. This is great for my service-based businesses. I don't really recommend it for e-commerce, really, if you are selling like digital or online products rather, just because it kind of seems a little bit greedy to me. Like, why would I tip you if you're just buying a product for me? So you guys can definitely go through and add this here if you want, so you can go through and take advantage of that feature as well. Right here, we have order processing. So while your customer is checking out, you can allow them to go through and use their shipping address as the billing address by default, or you can go through and uncheck it and it just will make them go through and put it in twice, their shipping and their billing address. I like to just go through and have it as default just for a faster checkout experience. Right here, you can enable your address auto completion to ensure that your customers are entering in the correct address. So I love to have that there as well. Also helps you prevent, your customers contacting you and saying, hey, I put in the wrong address. It'll go through and give them some auto completion there. Right here, after an order has been paid, you can go through and just fulfill the order automatically. Or you can go through and fulfill only gift cards for your orders automatically. Or you can go through and fulfill nothing automatically. I like to just go through and fulfill the gift cards automatically because that's just going to go through and get sent to their email directly. So no need for me to fulfill a gift card because I'm not actually mailing anything. It's more so of a digital gift card. So after your order has been fulfilled, you can automatically archive the order, get it out of the way so it's not, hindering you from seeing the different orders that you do need to fulfill. So I definitely check that box. And then you have email marketing. I always love to go through and give them an option to sign up for email marketing at checkout. But you can even pre-select the sign-up option. So it's already pre-selected for them. So the only way for them to unselect it would be to unselect it. So I like to go through and have that already pre-selected for them. And then you have the checkout language, English, Spanish, or whatever language that you want to go through and to use. So that is the entire checkout settings. We are going to dive right on into taxes. So you guys want to make sure you pay close attention to this part of the video. This is where you are going to set up your taxes. So you have your tax regions. And then down below, you have your tax calculations. So you can collect taxes in the United States and you can also collect taxes in the rest of the world, depending on, of course, where you are located. So right here is going to be your setup. You have your sales taxes. So you are not, right now, I'm not collecting sales taxes in any state. But for me to collect sales taxes in a state, we are going to hit collect sales tax. I, for example, live in the state of Florida. So I would go through and I would select Florida. And then right here, this is where I would enter in my sales tax ID. So this is extremely important for you guys who have, resellers permits. This is why it's important to have those resellers permits. So that way you can collect sales taxes given where you are located. So you would include your sales tax ID right here. And then you have some additional options if you do want to collect sales tax based on shipping. So you have those options there too. Right under that, you have sales tax overrides. So if you wanted to collect sales tax based off of shipping destinations, or if you wanted to collect sales tax or any type of tax based off of products and collections, you can go through and add in different products and collections there to collect taxes based off of products and based off of shipping destinations. So going back, you have your tax calculations. You can add tax automatically to all of your products. So you can just tell your customers, we are tax free. And, sale and taxes are included on all of our products. So that way they aren't necessarily collected after the fact. So you have that option. You can include or exclude your tax based off of your customer's country. You can charge tax on, your shipping rates, and then you can charge VAT on digital products. So this just means value added tax. So you can go through and add that there as well. So that's taxes. As you guys can see, it's fairly simple to go through and set that up. If you guys are collecting sales tax in more than one region, I'm pretty sure that there's an option for you to go through and to collect it in different regions here as well. So that way you can make sure that you are good to go. Definitely consult with your local Department of Revenue on what is the best option there for collecting sales tax. Next, we're going to hop into notifications. So you can completely customize the way that your customer receives notifications. So they give you different options as far as your order confirmation. So if you wanted to send them a particular type of email when their order is confirmed, you can go through and do that. If you want to send a different type of SMS or text message once their order is confirmed, you can go through and do that as well. You can preview it to go through and to see, how that is going to go through and look. So this is what the text message would go through and look like. And then over here, the email, this is what the email would look like when your customer orders from you, just like this. So you guys have plenty of options as far as order confirmation, your order edited, invoice, cancel orders, refunds, your draft of your order invoice, your email, cart, abandoned checkouts, which is really, really good to go through and customize this exactly how you want. So that way you can really make sure that you're using some marketing strategies to avoid abandoned checkouts. Tons of different options here as far as what you want your customers' notifications to look like there as well. Down here, you have some different things as far as email marketing. So you can choose a bunch of different features here that are going to help you with tracking email orders. Require customers to confirm their email marketing confirmations or subscription. You guys can do that. And then your staff order notifications. Like I said earlier, if you do have any type of staff, you can go through and add them here as well. So that's it. You guys can go through and just click on a bunch of these things here to just customize how your customers receives notifications. So going back here, we talked about notifications. We're going to slide down into sales channels. This is extremely important, you guys. You want to make sure that you are promoting your products and you're selling your products on multiple sales channels. So your sales channels are the different places you are going to go through and to promote your products. So right now, we're only promoting our products on our online store. And you can always go here to add sales channels and see the different places that you can go through and to sell your products. So we have point of sale. This is a feature from Shopify. You can sell through eBay. You can sell through a buy button. You can add it to any website or blog, which is really great and cool to do. You can sell through Facebook Messenger. You can sell through Google, which is a really nice feature. This is what's going to add to that Google shopping feature that you guys have probably seen before. Facebook, Pinterest, Shopify Inbox, Handshake, a bunch of different other features that you guys can go through and add there too. So you guys want to make sure that you go through and add those and make sure that you're taking advantage of a lot of these different features. They also offer wholesale. So if that's something you're interested in, you can go through and add that as well. Next thing we are going to discuss is billing. So this is very important to go through. I'm saying that everything is important because it is. So this is where Shopify is going to bill you for any type of payments that you owe them. So whether it be you paying your monthly plan through Shopify, or it could be even you going through and purchasing your customer shipping labels. They're going to bill you through this account here as well. Or you paying for any of your app subscriptions if there are any paid apps that you're going to be using there too. So your payment methods. You can use your Shopify balance to pay your bills. Me personally, I don't like to go through and use this. I like to go through and use whatever money is on my, card dedicated to my Shopify bills. So you can go through and use this if you want, but I don't really recommend it. I'd rather see the money come out of my bank statement as well. And then right here, you can add your payment methods. You can just add your credit card information, your billing information, that type of thing there to make sure you are set up for success there as far as them collecting payments. And then you have your billing. Shopify billing cycle is usually every 30 days. So this includes all of your Shopify subscriptions, your app charges, like I said earlier, your shipping labels, any transaction fees. This is where that is going to be taken a hold of there. And they keep a running total too. So you're always able to see, what your cycle is going to look like as far as your bills are concerned. And then you have your statement of charges. This is going to be a summary of all of your charges that you have had with Shopify as well. Right now, we don't have any credits on our account, so nothing's going to really be shown there too. So that's pretty much it. That's billing. We are going to take a dive into legal. So when it comes to legal, your legal pages are very, very important. You want to make sure you take these very seriously. This is what's going to prevent you from any harm to your business, to be honest. This is what's going to help you with any chargebacks, making sure that you have this billing page or this legal page, completely filled out to the T, very, very specific. And you're overly giving your customers information when it comes to your terms and conditions. So right here, you have your refund policy. So they do go through and allow you to get templates for a bunch of different things. So right here, you can go through, create from template. We have a 30-day return policy, which means you have 30 days after receiving your item to request a return, And then they also go through and add in some of your information. So you can definitely use this as a template and go through and customize this. So what if I wanted to say every 10 days? I wanted to, go through and offer my return policy. So they had 10 days to go through and to return their order after delivery. I can go through and add that. So this is just a template. I love the fact that they give you this because sometimes it's like, well, what goes in it? They gave you different things on damages and issues and non-returnable items, maybe like, underwear or maybe bras or, intimate garments and different things like that. Exchanges, refunds, the whole nine there as far as your return policy. So you can go through here and just make it your own. And then you have your privacy policy. I like to just go through and use this from template because your privacy policy is really just kind of personal to your business. I really want to say. And a lot of like lawyers and corporate lawyers usually help with like privacy policies in terms of service. I just use the generic one because I don't have an actual lawyer dedicated to my business. So I just like to go through and use this one. And then you can always go through and customize this as well pertaining to you and your business. They don't give you a template for your shipping policy. This is really just based off of you as a business owner. So what I normally do is I look at a bunch of different other businesses' shipping policies, and I kind of just maybe copy and paste theirs, tweak mine a bit, take different things from other businesses, and just kind of go through and use that as a template to go through and make mine a lot more simplistic. Or you can even Google shipping policy template, and I'm pretty sure you'll find some templates there that you can go through and use there too. So that is the legals. So that is pretty much everything on the settings side. We're going to dive right down here into our online store, and we're going to go to preferences. So these are some other things that you want to make sure that you go through and you have filled out as well. Your homepage title. This is really going to help you with something called SEO, search engine optimization. This is how you're going to be found on Google. So you want to make sure that you go through and add in a title to your homepage, maybe a description of your store as well there too. Social sharing. So this is where it's going to be shared based off of maybe social media or anything there. Add in your logo and maybe a page title. Google Analytics. So if you are going to be analyzing your analytics through Google, make sure you go through and copy and paste your Google code there. Facebook Pixel. This is going to be great for if you're using Facebook ads. You're going to add your Facebook Pixel there. Your customer privacy terms, password protection. If your store is down, you want to make sure that that is enabled, and then you go through and just select some type of password message to your users. And then you have some things that are going to help you with spam protection and then your domain redirection as well. So that's pretty much everything, you guys. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. That's pretty much the gist of going through and setting up your store through Shopify. As you guys can see, it's actually pretty easy to go through and to navigate through the system once you do grow yourself familiar. So like I said, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, give this video a big, big, big thumbs up. And I'm super excited to see you guys during the rest of the Shopify series. Peace.